What's up, fuckers? It's tea time. Today we have a manufacturing defect from the ugly mannequin factory, Texas adultery general Sloth Fratelli, also known as Ken Paxton. Born from a sphincter and cursed with a face that just screams, "I want a baby Ruth." Unfortunately for our little rectal Republican, it always looks like he's been awake for a decade. Bless his heart-shaped void. He may be hard to look at, but at least he's easy to see. If you're ever looking for him at a public forum or an Applebee's, you'll be able to find him by his forehead. It's spotted and shiny like an Oscar Mayer olive loaf, and you already know it's preservative-free as he's aging like an apple slice. His delicatessen dome may be big enough to bring the nostalgia of when Mars attacks, but everything's bigger in Texas. Well, most things. And to be fair, that Area 51 sized head looks bigger than it is since the hairline's disappearing quicker than human rights. Human rights he's helping to erase. In the month of June, the Sinister Six on the Supreme Court voted to weaken Miranda rights, required states to fund private religious schools, protected Border Patrol agents from excessive force claims, and lessened the requirements for concealed carry laws. And everyone already knows they dry-fucked Roe v. Wade into oblivion, but that's not all. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas hinted in a concurrent opinion more rights might be on the way out. He suggested the rogue court should reconsider all of its substantive due process precedents, including the right to same-sex marriage, contraception, and even its landmark 2003 Lawrence versus Texas decision that struck down a sodomy law here in Texas, and, by extension, similar laws in other states, which got Sloth here tickled pink. He's already proudly indicated that he is open to the possibility of criminalizing gay sex in Texas once again if Lawrence is ever overturned by the Supremeless Court. Sloth said, "My job is to defend state law, and I'll continue to do that. That is my job under the Constitution, and I'm certainly willing and able to do that." Was it your job to file a federal lawsuit seeking to overturn election results in battleground states where your bestie, former President Pumpkin Tits, lost? Was it your job to speak at the Pumpkin Tit rally that immediately preceded the January 6th insurrection? He cheated on his wife, so it makes sense he would try to cheat in the elections. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin tit eater. I certainly don't think it's in his job description to interdict my sodomy slumber parties, but he does. That's why I fear LGBT people are headed for some even darker days in Texas, which is why I think it's time for me to call upon my sister in Christ, Miss Ladybug Graham. That is, if he isn't too busy with the subpoena from the Georgia grand jury investigating the 2020 election. But I did hear that Ladybug won't be cooperating with the Georgia Trump election probe, although it is unlike Ladybug to turn down a good probe, and that works out for us, though, because Ken Paxton isn't going to listen to a libtard like myself, but he might hear someone from his own party. I'm sure some of you are wondering, why would Lady G help us? Well, I'm certain this potential ban would spread to other states, and I'm even more certain that this would directly affect Lindsay for reasons I feel are blatantly obvious. If it all works out, we can write a little book about it. Paxton, Here's a Homo. It'll be like a little Dr. Seuss book. That way, Ted Cruz and his constituents will be able to read it. Help us, Homo One Kenobi. You're our only hope. And he is. He may be frail, spineless, and equipped with biceps as big as double knots and dental floss, but this isn't a battle of strength. It's all about communication. Now, all forms of nonverbal communication can either help or hinder. Good eye contact makes others more likely to like and respect you, which makes it an important tool for building and maintaining relationships. And since Ken Paxton has more cock in his eye than Ron Jeremy's boxers, I know Lindsay won't be able to look away. Now, I want everybody to have a great fucking day unless you don't pre-order a copy of Paxton, Here's a Homo. I need you to go talk to Ken Paxton.